This is Meri at the.meri.atelier, and today I am going to work on day 11 of Acrylic April. Acrylic April is a challenge by Cinnamon Cooney, the Art Sherpa, and it is to do a painting for every day in April. I am on day 11. Today is the 14th, so I am 3 behind. I would be 4 behind if I didn't get anything done today. So I'm going to try to do more than one. I don't know if I'll get it done or not. So, yes, look at these heavy body acrylic that Mary Ann Powell sent me. Heavy body acrylic mixing. Heavy body acrylic is our highest viscosity professional acrylic, with a high concentration of light, fast, fine art pigment and a vibrant satin finish. Its rich consistency holds crisp brush strokes and knife marks. The color set gives you endless mixing possibilities. Ivory black can be used to shade. Transparent mixing white to create clean, intense mixes, and titanium white gives you a range of tinting options. So in here we get yellow medium, quinacridone crimson, phthalo-cyan blue, sorry, that's a big word, which is a green shade, and ivory black, transparent mixing white, and titanium white. So we've got red, yellow, blue, black, and 2 shades of white in here. This is very cool. I was quite surprised to get these. Almost don't want to use them. This is one of those art supplies. If I use it, I won't have it anymore. However, this is the titanium white, and this is the transparent mixing. See, I need to know a lot more about. I started watching some acrylic videos out there. You will probably see me now. I don't know if I'll buy this professional art on my own. Acrylics is, I don't know if I want to invest that much in my art journaling, but as a gift, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mary Ann. Ooh, won't this make a nice journal? Ooh. I'll put these back in the box when I'm finished. But let's go ahead, and I'm going to do something very simple for day 11. But let's go through what I've already done. Oops, that's not. How do you like that? That's from Aunt Beck's. That's the leftovers from my envelopes that I did at Aunt Beck's Dirty Dozen. How cool. How fun that was. So I put it in my book. And I made an envelope out of this, too. This is a pocket page. So we are going to go to my, now this says it's a satin finish, and I'm hoping, if it's a satin finish, I probably will not have to varnish it. However, I'm hoping it won't stick. This is what let's go through my pages. This is what I did on day 1, was this little statuette girl, you know, and I could do this one again with my heavy body acrylics. I may do that later. This was a vase of paintbrushes. I had to look all over for my paintbrushes today. I had them soaking in Murphy's oil soap, and I put them in a safe place so that I wouldn't spill them. I forgot where my safe place was. I got ready to paint this afternoon. You can't see them. They're over here. But they're nice and clean now. They're ready to use. I'll probably be using the larger brushes today. I might have to get out a couple of the larger ones, maybe a detailing brush. We'll see. On day 3, I did this jar of broken jewelry. Day 4, I did the book. Day 5, I did these little ornament dolls. Now that I look at them, I didn't like them when I finished them, but now that I'm looking at them, they're okay. Day 4, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Day 6, I did this water picture, little bicycle ornament in orange. Day 7, I did these watches. Day 8 was daffodils. Day 9, I had a lot of fun doing these. These would be fun to do with the heavy-bodied acrylics. And day 10 were daffodils again, so I'm ready for day 11, which I'm going back through my folios again. So this will be 11 and 12. Hopefully I'll get at least 2 done today. We'll see how fast these dry. I'm hoping that they dry fast. They're acrylic. Acrylics usually dry fast. Let's go ahead and put my journal aside. Put my journal aside here. Okay. So usually what I do is say this is what I'm going to paint, and I do a few little sketches. What I'm going to do today is say this is what I'm going to paint. And I might make them just a bit larger. I could do one this way and one this way. And I might do that. Now, to be honest with you, I usually sketch this out first with my brush, with my paintbrush here, and just sketch it out first. Do you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to be a little non-artistic. I'm going to trace around these. Because after all, this is a painting video. The drawing to me is not as important. Because I'm going to be exploring those heavy-bodied acrylics is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to, and you know what? If you are a beginning artist and you want to do something like this, go for it. Go for it. That's my opinion. Nobody's going to expect you to be a Michelangelo. But I would not encourage you to always go for it. You want to always practice your drawing. Always practice your drawing. Did I get that? Yes, I did. Okay, now I'm going to flip this scissors over and do it here. Do the same thing up here. So basically all I'm doing is getting 2 pairs of scissors on here. But my concentration in this example is more about painting than drawing or anything like that. And this is my art journal. So I'm not trying to be a master or a teacher or anything like that. I'm just having fun. And I'm going to explore those heavy-bodied acrylics. Let's see, we will draw in this space in here, though. There's a round bolt there. It goes right in here. And there's the same thing over here. And notice I did that with my Sharpie. Now I'm going to leave my scissors out because I will want to see what's going on. Now we've got 3 colors to mix. Blue, red, and yellow. Now my my scissors have gold on them. I might have to steal some gold and some splashes. Well, there's white. I might have to steal some gold and splash on there. But this is a pretty basic color scheme. I've got red here. As in I'm looking at it, and probably as you're seeing it too, I'm going to hold it up a little. I don't know how much you will be seeing, but it gets darker on the side in here. And since I traced this, I traced around. So let's flip it this way. So when I paint it, this part in here will be darker. And this part in here will be darker, right in there. And the same way over here, when I flip it this way, this part in here, I didn't trace the outside there. This part in here will be darker, and this part in here will be darker. So there we're going for the tonal values just on my scissors. And the same thing on the blades. There's kind of a really thin dark area here and a very, very thin one here. There's darkness in here. This blade has a dark area in here and a dark area here. So when I flip it, it's the same way, only this up here has some light shining off of it, and it's darker here. And this kind of fades into the back, but there's some really thin highlights around there. There's darkness in here, and around here, most of this is dark there. And then it comes around and most of this is dark like that. So, but my basic colors are red, black, and silver. So, and I'm going to be using the heavy body. So let's do the background first. Shall we stick with the pretty yellow background? Maybe, well, let's do a little color mixing in it too. And, ooh, I can't wait to explore this. I'm not going to put any medium in it. No medium. Now, I might get some water off of my brush. But for the most part, if I do any medium, it will be this mixing white. Let's transparent mixing white. See, I want to know more about this. Transparent. It's transparent. It's a mixative. So I might play with that, but not now. I'm going to put my two whites and my black up above. So, well, I keep the black. Where's the other white? Over here. I'll put my two whites above so I don't get them. I should put them over here because I don't want my light source to get. All righty then. So do I want just plain yellow in there, or do I want to mix it with something like with red and make sort of an orangey color, or blue and make a green color, or black and make a grayish color? Let's try I'm going for the black here. And I might add a touch of red and make a brown. Ooh, I'm loving this. I just love to see it come out of the tube. I did watch a few heavy body acrylic videos yesterday, but to tell you the truth, I was so tired yesterday that I did not get much done. So let's just see what I get. Shall I mix it with my palette? And then I can bring my palette knife over here. So I'm just going to, you can probably barely see my scissors here. I'm going to go into fast forward and let's see what happens. I'm going to call these finished. What a joy. What a joy to work with these paints. Now, I really only have 3 primary colors to work with, and my whites and blacks. I've got yellow, blue, and red. Of course, they call it quinacridone crimson, and phthalo cyan blue, and yellow medium azo, A-Z-O. Then I've got the blacks and the white, and then the transparent mixing white, which I find is interesting. I've never used anything like that before. So this is what I did. It was a joy to work with it. I found myself being very stingy with my paint. Like, I kept adding yellow and red to this background and going, I don't want to squeeze out anymore. I'm going to use it all on the background. I don't want to use it anymore. But I do like the coverage. I love how it covered this canvas really nice with almost one coat. So I guess that is a testimony to its pigmentation values in there. What I didn't like about it, though, and it's probably my own fault, is using it straight up out of the tube. It's hard to get nice clean lines. You almost have to have a medium, which I did not use a medium. I used water, and I probably would have gotten my hand slapped by an acrylic expert for doing that. But yeah, I have a matte medium, but this is a satin paint, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want to. The only part about this that I'm not happy with is this area right in here. But I'm just going to leave it. That's the way I guess I traced it. And it's better up in here. For me, that part's kind of, I don't know. It doesn't look right to me. It looks out of joint. But I will leave it that way. I'm very happy with this. The colors are just bright and vivid, and it makes me want to go buy every color in the range that I could put my hand on. Well, I probably won't do that, but I am going shopping this week. I may pick up a tube. Now, I don't know if I'll get the heavy body again, but I may experiment with some different kinds of paint. Marianne sent me this. She asked me what kind of paint I preferred, and I couldn't give her a good answer because I really don't paint with paint out of the tube. I paint with these Deco Art paints, Americana, which I'm very happy with. Now, this is more of a student grade paint. They make a professional paint that comes in a bottle, and I could probably get some of that, but you know, I guess I'm happy with what I have. I'm very grateful to have these, but I'm also very stingy with them. I'm going to use them all, then I won't have any more. But that's what it's for. They are to use. Let's see. This is the yellow. This is the white. The black. This is the mixing white. I'll put those up there, and the yellow, the red, and the blue. So I would say if you're a beginner, and I really don't call myself a beginner because I've done art forever, but I haven't painted with acrylic. Did you see I put some gold in there? I had to put gold because that's what's on my scissors. See, I got gold on my scissors there. I got some gold there. So I splattered some gold on it. But if you are a beginner and if you're experimenting with expensive paint or even not so expensive paint, I would tell you to start with simple objects. If you want a more complex drawing, repeat the object, study the object, study the lights and the shadows. So I would give that, if I were an art Sherpa and giving advice to a beginning painter, I would say start with simple objects. Start with a coffee cup. Start with a pair of scissors. Start with a bottle, not a transparent one, just a bottle like that. Start simple. You don't have to do a masterpiece while you're learning. So, yeah, I'm very happy with it in the end. And that is day 11. I'm going to at least try to do day 12. I'm very curious to know. This is already dry. I'm very curious to know if it's going to stick to my previous page, which would be this one. Ooh, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Ooh, look at that shine on there. Look at that. I love how it catches the light. And see, this is more of a matte paint. Well, I got some bronze acrylic in there, though. That kind of catches the light. But this is a matte student grade paint, but it's still a pretty paint. So I did not apply this thick. A heavy body paint, I mean, you can apply it thick and it'll hold your brush strokes. I was stingy. I have to say I'm stingy with it because I want to play with it more. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to try to get day 12 done today. I will see you on the next page.